Straight up Tennessee family, what's happening, man? It's that day, which means it is Friday. It is Chop It Up Friday. I just hope that the Straight Up Tennessee family had a great week, y'all. Listen, 22, I repeat, 22 days until it is football time in Tennessee. Guys, I want to talk today all about the scrimmage that's happening tonight, this literally 7 p.m. tonight in Neyland Stadium. What are we looking for? But also I want to touch bases on what Kelsey Pope had to say to the media on a Thursday, talking about his wide receiving core, Chaz Nimrod being almost the surprise star of the group since fall camp has started. He had a great spring, but we're going to talk a little bit more about this entire group because this is indeed the deepest receiver group Heupel has had in the Heupel era. You already know what it is, man. Tap in, lock in. Let's go, man. It's Chop It Up Friday. It's Straight Up Tennessee, baby.
First play, second quarter, touchdown Tennessee. That throw's intercepted. Pierce down the sideline. Touchdown.
Yo, what's up, family? Welcome to Straight Up Tennessee on a Friday, wherever you are tuning in from. First of all, man, thank you guys. I love you. We love you. I've been solo this week, and it's okay because it happens sometimes. But the boys will be back next week live on Monday for our defensive fantasy draft. It's going to be a fire night. Cannot wait to dive into that. But y'all know what to do, man. It's the top of the show. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification if you're watching on YouTube so you never miss an episode. Also, join the channel, y'all. $2. It just shows your support. It helps push the channel. You can hop in our Discord. We're starting a Straight Up Tennessee College Football 25 Dynasty. We started another one this past week that was super, super fun. I actually pulled South Carolina, and I have been killing with Nick Harbor. It is kind of a cheat code watching him run. You throw jet screens, you throw bubbles. It doesn't matter, bro. You put him on a 9 tutty every single time, unless they're playing like a shell and, you know, they send that safety. But it has been a lot of fun. But y'all know what to do, man. Apple and Spotify, I appreciate y'all as well, man. Just all of the love, the support, the downloads, the comments, the ratings. From the bottom of my heart and our team, being Turner and Sale, man, we appreciate y'all. And EJ, we appreciate you guys, man. This is so much fun. We love to get on here, chop it up, all things Tennessee and Tennessee Titans. It's just a true joy, man. When you get back on YouTube, you see the comments, you see the likes, you see the responses, you see the thumbs down. Like, even when I see thumbs down, I get excited because it lets me know people are still watching. And if you like it, the content or not, I don't care. You still giving us views, and it literally shows us support regardless of if you give us a thumbs down or a thumbs up. So, but for the Straight Up Tennessee family, go ahead and share this video out today because, man, we got good content coming all day today, man. It's going to be a very exciting show. Want to obviously dive into what's supposed to happen here at Neyland Stadium later on tonight. Obviously, it is scrimmage number 1 of fall camp. Anytime people begin to talk about scrimmages, people get very, defensive when the offense doesn't play well in the first scrimmage. Let me explain kind of what I'm saying here. Typically in scrimmage 1, the defense looks absolutely unstoppable. The defense looks as if they cannot be stopped. The defense looks as if it should be the best defense in the country. And what that does in turn is people begin to worry that the offense is not good. I am here to tell you that is expected, okay? Like, the offense is something that requires a lot of chemistry, a lot of work, a lot of reps, a lot of time, a lot of film, right? Defense is just a little different, right? Offensively, you're trying to work together as a team to put that ball in the end zone. Defensively, you're trying to work together to stop them from getting into the end zone. But a lot of that comes down to one-on-one matchups, a lot of switches, a lot of things like that on the defensive end. And it really becomes man to man, don't get beat. Whereas on offense, it's similar, but it's still so much more scheming to get guys open, to make that run make sense, oh man, we're going to run a shovel option. Like that has to be schemed up for the perfect time, because if you run that and they send a middle blitz, that's stupid. It's not going to work, right? But that's, offense takes a little bit more time to gel, because again, I know that we all as fans, we have a clue who we think, keyword, who we think is going to run out there against UTC to start the game. But that group still has to gel in time before that game even starts. And that's why these scrimmages take place. Things look rough. You hear about the reports from VolQuest, Rocky Top Insider. You hear all of the reports about how bad the offense looked. Can I tell y'all, do not worry. We may be surprised. Mike, this scrimmage that happens tonight at 7, it could happen. And then we hear nothing but like, yo, Nico Iamaleava, Dylan Sampson, who's not going to play in that scrimmage. But you get the point. Like, you're going to hear some things. We know what Chris Brazzell is doing. Chris Brazzell, he on every highlight that they've been posting on Instagram. You know who Squirrel White is. He doesn't have to prove anything. Brew McCoy coming back off injury. What Brew are we getting? He looks slimmer. He looks thinner, but he also still looks like he will run you over in 2.2 seconds and put you in the dirt. But what about everybody else? Kelsey Pope met with the media on Thursday, and I kind of want to spend the rest of the time on the show just talking about what Kelsey Pope brought to the media. Excuse me, to the media on Thursday. So before I even dive into that, obviously, if you've been living on the rock on Thursday, I'm sorry, not on Thursday, on let's see what day was that, Monday, the 4-star in-state tight end Carson Sneed decided to stay in Knoxville. And so this is big for the 2026 class. He's an in-state kid who's a big kid already, but coming in 2 years as a tight end after Faison already committed. This is starting to build another top 5 class. Obviously, Faison Brandon, Darian Smith. Darian Smith, I believe, is 2025 class. Sorry. But with Carson Sneed and now Brandon together, this is working up something already, and they're just getting started. And so let's talk a little bit about Kelsey Pope. Let's see. Kelsey Pope, since he got onto Rocky Top, Jalen Hyatt's breakout year, he saw the progression. He saw Jalen take the switch. And since then, he's done it with a lot of guys. Last year, I think Squirrel White took massive strides, but I also think had Brew McCoy not gotten injured, I don't know if Brew would have came back, because you saw early in the year him making plays, going up and getting the football, still doing what he does on the run, in the run game, blocking well, right? Like Brew McCoy didn't need Tennessee again had he not got injured. And so they asked Kelsey Pope a question. They said, does he think that this is the deepest group of Tennessee receivers that he's had? And he basically responds and says, absolutely. And he believes that it's a huge testament to what they're doing in recruiting. Basically, what the personnel department is doing and going and finding people and then bringing them to the coaching staff's attention, it's affecting the way this group is growing in a great way. He also goes on to say, like, it's affecting our room in a positive way. Guys are competitive on and off the field, and it's helped us grow, helped those guys grow individually. The group as a whole is extremely talented. We know this. From Dante Thornton to Chris Brazzell to Caleb Webb to Chaz Nimrod, Squirrel White, Mike Matthews, Brew McCoy. Like, this group is talented beyond years, beyond measure. Can they put it together? It sounds like they're doing it. They ask about Chaz Nimrod as well. They said, what has Chaz done over this offseason? And Kelsey Pope pretty much says, man, he's just done a great job changing his body, said that he stopped being so thin and he gained a lot of muscle, and he looks a lot different because of that. Said that camp has been great so far, said that on Thursday was his best day on the field. said that it was probably his best practice since he's been at Tennessee, y'all. That speaks volumes to what is going on in the program. Chaz Nimrod, a guy from Bentonville, Arkansas, who came to Tennessee and knew, man, I got to work my tail off to get on this field. And he's doing it. Says that he has been consistent and competitive the entire time. And that Kelsey Pope is looking forward to seeing more of him as he continues to get better. He's done an awesome job so far. Y'all, when I hear that type of language, man, it brings me so much joy that a guy from Bentonville, Arkansas, left the state of Arkansas to come to Tennessee, knew he had to work to get where he wanted to go, and he's doing the work. If that's not a guy you don't want on your team, something is wrong with you. If that's not a guy that you want on your team, sorry, not don't want, we want you, Chaz. He is special, man, and it's lighting up the room. It is lighting up that wide receiver room. They also ask him, do you worry about how you're going to get those guys on the field? Basically, they asked him the question, hey, do you worry about how you're going to get these guys to play? Because at the end of the day, NIL, transfer portal, these guys can leave if they ain't getting minutes, right? I love Kelsey Pope's response. He pretty much ties a bow and says, you know, these guys play multiple spots, right? And he says on any given day, they might be in one spot, but they can play all the positions. You got to think a lot of the positions got flexibility. Sometimes where Brew is, he could slide inside. Mike Matthews, he gets to slide outside. You know, they have to know all the positions. And he thinks that the depth has forced them to put more on themselves to learn all of the positions. So basically he's saying, you know, if you see Squirrel White, Chaz, and Mike at a spot, those guys can go and play anywhere, outside, inside, wherever. And I like the response because he didn't necessarily tell you how he's going to get them on the field, but he's telling you what they're working on so that they all can get onto the field, right? Like, it's helping build a competitive nature because he's not letting anything out there to let you know, hey, he's going to play. It's competitive. And those guys who are competitive are going to play, and those guys who bow down are not. Sorry, guys, I had to get a little bit of water. Love this question, man. They said, having a veteran like Brew McCoy, what is it like having him as almost like another coach on the field, in the meeting rooms? And Kelsey Pope says it's amazing. You know, he thinks that it challenges him because a lot of the kids think that you can take it for granted as being a coach and assume that like the coaches are just doing this and that, right? But it challenges Kelsey Pope. He says it challenges himself to think like, how can he do things that could be out of the box or ordinary, or put him in situations where he's even uncomfortable so he can grow? You know, he does think that when he sees the young guys coach him and challenge him, those guys really, what it literally says, it says those guys realize that everybody's getting coached the same way. Everyone is getting challenged, and there's a respect in the room. That means everybody has to compete to earn their place and create their own value. I love that, man. Like, I love that response. This group lets me know like it's going to be special. They asked about Chris Brazzell. I loved this response here. I'm going to read word for word because I need y'all to know what we're getting in Chris Brazzell, right? So they ask about the difference from his spring into now, and this is the exact response. He's dialed in, man. Like, when he first got here, I don't think he had a true expectation of what it took in this building and in this league to be successful. And right now, he's in a really good spot. He's dialed in, getting in extra meetings, getting extra film. Like, he's doing a great job of preparing. And I think as long as he does that and continues to do that, he'll give himself a shot. We still have to obviously make plays on Saturdays, but as long as you prepare the right way, you always give your shot to be successful. You give yourself a shot to be successful. He's doing that right now, and I'm pleased with him. Another thing that he said, this is about Dante Thornton, but before I get into this lets me know that Brazzell is ready to play. This is the response that I would hear from a guy who knows what he has, but has to kind of keep it under the wraps so that everybody else doesn't know what we have in Chris Brazzell. Like I told you, every Instagram post the last few weeks is Nico to Brazzell, Nico to Brazzell. Now, Brazzell did get a pick. He got picked on Jeremiah McCoy, and shout out to Jeremiah McCoy because that boy went up and got that ball. But what we're getting is a guy who is 6'5", 200 pounds, who plays like a smaller receiver. He's going to stretch the field, but he's going to also be able to make those acrobatic catches and those athletic catches. Madden and NCAA call it spectacular catch. Like, he's going to be able to do that. And so I'm excited to see Brazzell. I'm excited to see how they put him in positions. How they put him into positions to succeed. Like, obviously, Brazzell's a slot guy. He's an outside guy. But when they move him into the slot, what does that change? How much does he, how much more as far as wheels or seams? Like, does he see more of those in the slot, or will he just see 9 balls on the outside and deep post and things like that? I don't know, but that excites me as well. The other thing that I said was about Dante Thornton. It says, what is the difference in Dante Thornton versus a year ago? I'm going to read this verbatim as well. This is amazing. As transparent as I can be, I think it was mindset. I think when he got here, there's a ton of nervousness, a ton of anxiety, and he put a lot of pressure on himself. I think the biggest thing that kid has done this offseason is he's just allowed himself to work as hard as he can and let the chips fall where they may. And a lot of times when you do that as an athlete, you make more plays because you're a lot looser when you're playing. You're not so wound up and tightened up and putting pressure on yourself. So he's come a very long way as far as his mental makeup. He's built a lot of confidence, and it's because of a lot of work that he's done this offseason to gain the confidence. Dante is in a great spot as well. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited, man. This is going to be amazing. He had a whole lot more to say, but I just wanted to give you just a little bit, just a little taste of what Kelsey Pope thinks of his receiver group. This group is special. This group is the deepest group. This group is the first group that I think we can truly say, I don't know, and I don't care who starts. Because if everybody gets on the field, it's a matchup nightmare for whoever's standing against us. I don't care who it is. Alabama, Georgia, I don't care. We got dogs. Can we win the matchups? Yes. Will we is going to always be the question. Can we? Absolutely. But the question is, will we? And it sounds like we will a lot of the time. But I cannot wait to get notes from this scrimmage tonight, y'all. Man, I hope right now that as you're tuning in, you are getting excited for 22 more days. 22, that's it. We have 22 days until we get to turn up in Neyland Stadium on August 31st and watch the Vols run through that power T. I don't care who we playing. I don't care who we're playing. We running through the T and we busting somebody in the mouth. And that night, or that day, I should say, it's going to be the UTC Mocs. 22 days, y'all. 22 days. I can't wait to tap in with y'all on Friday. Just wanted to do a quick show on this Friday. But I'm going to tap in with y'all on Monday. Me, Sel. Hopefully we get that man Turner on here. Y'all need to just blow this thing up and tell Austin Turner to figure it out. Y'all let him know, man. Y'all let him know. But, man, I love you guys. I thank you so much for the love, support. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell notification right now so you never miss a show. Tennessee faces off against Tennessee tonight, 7 p.m. Neyland Stadium. Can't wait to get the notes on it. We'll talk about it live on Monday. Until then, man, y'all have a great weekend. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Push this thing out. Follow us on Instagram right now, right here. Check the banner below at Straight Up Tennessee. Follow us on Twitter at the same thing, and Facebook. Go find us and follow. We got some great reels. Marcellus Sell is doing an incredible job with our social media. Boy is cooking, and we cooking. And we can't wait to be back on Monday for the defensive fantasy football draft and scrimmage one notes. So for all of my boys, Sell and Turner, it's your boy Ruck in the building. We love y'all, man. It's Straight Up Tennessee, baby. Have a great weekend. We out. Tennessee.